Hey everyone, hope you're all doing great. So I'm back with another video. Today I just want to talk about what I'm doing as we are in a bear market. As we can see, the prices are still crashing. I know there's so much fear in the market right now. The mainstream media is going to be spreading FUD like nobody's business, but that is nothing new. Like I've mentioned on my other videos, if you do watch my videos, then this shouldn't come as a surprise to you when you see the market tanking or when you see FUD in the market. So altcoins are having it much worse than Bitcoin and Ethereum. So these altcoins, some of them might never recover from this market crash, as we have already seen with Terra Luna. But if you are somebody who really does some proper research in the crypto market, you wouldn't invest your money into something like Terra Luna. That is if you do your proper research. But people don't want to do proper research. It's either maybe they are just lazy to do it, or they just blindly follow their moon boys or their mentors or their gurus that they follow on the internet, things like Instagram, Twitter, and all of that. A lot of people just blindly follow others without doing proper research. That is why they get hurt when we are in times like this. But if you do educate yourself, find the right information, and know what you're investing in. Don't just blindly invest in something you don't know just because your friend is investing in it, and then you also want to put money into it. So in this video, I'm just going to be showing you what I've been doing, because from March I've been dollar cost averaging in. So as you can see here, I started this year March. I started dollar cost averaging in. I bought some Bitcoin. I bought about 0.06 Bitcoin. I also bought in May I bought 0.05. I also bought 0.02 Bitcoin, and in June as well I'm also buying some Bitcoin. So I'm dollar cost averaging as the market is tanking, or as we are in a bear market. That is, for me, that is the best time to get into this market and buy some Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a solid project. If you understand Bitcoin, if you really do your research on Bitcoin, then you will know what Bitcoin is, and you will be happy to see these prices. If you never bought any Bitcoin, this is the right time to get in. But this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my experience with you. This is what I've been doing for more than 6 years. So I've been getting better. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru or a mentor like what some people say they are. Here I'm just sharing my experience with you so that you can also find your way around this market, because there's always money to make. As you can see, I'm dollar cost averaging in. As soon as the market starts changing direction, then I'm going to be in profits in my investment, as I am dollar cost averaging in here. But I'm not saying just blindly sell your house or sell your car and get into crypto. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is invest what you can afford to lose. I know people are going to be scared to invest their money, and more people are going to be pulling out their money from risky assets like your altcoins that are dying like this. People are going to be pulling out and keeping their money safe, because we can see the market is not looking good. We are in an unstable macro environment. Globally, there's problems going on. We have a war in Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine are still fighting. So that as well is going to affect the markets. We can see the inflation is still rising. So that is not good for markets like crypto or any other markets, whether it's your S&P 500, your NASDAQ. It's not looking good, but it doesn't mean there's no money to make. There's always money to make in these markets, in bear markets or in times of turmoil. There's always money to make. You just need to find out how to do it. So that is why I always preach proper research. Do your proper research, follow the right people in the crypto spaces, so that you are not misled, because there's so many misleading information that is out there. And so as we can see here, we broke down to the downside. So we are holding, our support was around 28k and 30k. So we finally broke out to the downside. That is why we're seeing Bitcoin trading at around 22,600. But this is nothing new. Markets always go down and go up. I hope I'm not beating a dead horse, because in most of my videos I always mention this. So let's look at this chart here. It's just gonna show you Bitcoin bull and bear cycles, you know. So in this bear market, we spent about 633 days to the downside. So that was another good time to dollar cost average in, because what the market did after this, it started moving back to the upside direction. So, and we spent about 845 days in a bull market. So nobody was complaining here. People were just making money. So this is when I was like starting to buy some Bitcoin. This is when I started doing some buying, and sadly I bought the top, you know, because this is when Bitcoin was trending. This is when Bitcoin was doing the most. We reached the price of 20,000 for the first time. So that is when as well I started doing some buying, and then we went on into a bear market. I was holding, so I saw my investment go down really bad, and I was panicking, because I was new into the market. I didn't know that, okay, after the market has went to the downside, it's still going to change direction. It's still going to go up to the upside. And we spent about 192 days in a bull market. So when I started seeing some profits, that is when I said, oh, okay, so the market doesn't always sell off. It changes direction. So that is why I'm making this video, just to show maybe newbies, people who are new into the crypto market, just to show you that what you're seeing now is not the end of the market. The market is still going to change direction. So we went down again, we changed direction. We went up to the top. We spent about 407 days in a bull market. That is when we reached the price of 50,000, or just slightly above 50,000 US dollars. So in this bull market, I was making money. You know, I was making a lot of money, and the bear market taught me a lot. You know, it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself. I got to understand the emotions that come when we are in a bear market. So that is why I'm saying I know what people who bought, let's say maybe who bought last year, November or late in 2020, they have been going through the most right now, because seeing your investment tank to the downside, maybe let's say maybe down about 70%. That can be scary, especially if you're new into investing or new into the crypto space. Definitely that is going to be scary. You might be worried that you might never see your investment get some profit, or you might never see your investment come up again. But that is not the truth. The truth is the market is still going to go up. We are still going to reach for a new all-time high. Our previous all-time high was 69,000. Definitely the market is going to change direction. So why am I so convinced? I am so convinced because I've been in these bear markets, and I've been in these bull markets. You know, I've seen the prices go up. Last year November, the price of Bitcoin reached 69,000 for one Bitcoin. Right here, this is it here. We reached 69,000 for one Bitcoin. So that is why I'm saying, that is why I'm convinced that the market is still going to rise. And it's not only just that because the market has went down and went up. That is why I'm convinced. No, the reason I'm convinced is I've done my fundamental analysis when it comes to Bitcoin. I know what Bitcoin is. I know Bitcoin is going to be here for the next 100 years. Even if people say the governments are going to destroy it, I promise you they will never destroy Bitcoin. If you've ever downloaded files from torrents, then you will know that Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Just like torrents, the governments have tried so much to shut down torrents, because that's where you can download any movie or any album. I'm not saying go there and do that as well, but I'm just telling you that if you have downloaded something from torrents, then you understand how Bitcoin works. It's a peer-to-peer network, so nobody can shut it down. It's a permissionless network, so you don't need authority from your bank or your government in order for you to do transactions. I can send Bitcoin to anyone at any time. So this market is going to be here for the next 100 years. So what you should be doing right now, you should be dollar cost average in these times. So for you to really understand Bitcoin, I would really advise you to do some research. If you've never done any research, there's CoinGecko. That is why we have CoinGecko. It helps us to do some research. You can read the white paper, get to understand what Bitcoin is all about. This is a white paper that was released in 2008 by Satoshi Nakamoto. Go on CoinGecko, do your research, understand what Bitcoin is, understand what peer-to-peer is. Look into cryptography so that you understand why Bitcoin is so secure. Most people think that it's not secure, that's why we see scams or whatnot. No, the scams you see is just vulnerable people who don't understand anything about it. That is why they get scammed by scammers who are just out there to steal your hard-earned money. But Bitcoin, if you want to invest in Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, you don't have to send your money to no one. That is why we have exchanges, we have legit exchanges. But people show me bogus exchanges, especially here in South Africa. The people I meet who want me to help them with crypto, most of them, they come because they've been scammed by someone. And then when they show me what they've been doing, I'm like, where do you get these exchanges? They're like, no, we get it on Play Store. We get it from the people that talk to us, that tell us that no, we can make so much money in a short period of time. The other day, I saw an article of somebody who was scammed 100,000 rands by someone who promised that they're going to triple their money in a space of 30 days. And then you just blindly trust somebody like that. That is why most people are still going to get hurt, because of blindly following or listening to people they meet on the internet. Don't trust strangers on the internet. The market is not looking good and the economy is not looking good. And if things are this bad, if economies are bad, that is when we see the rise of scams, of Ponzi schemes and bogus investment schemes. So we have to be careful. Always know that there's somebody out there who's trying to steal your hard-earned money, and you are going to do just fine. So guys, I don't want to be too long. That was the video for today. I just wanted to share with you what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is I'm dollar cost averaging in these prices. As we can see, the market is still tanking. Nobody really knows when we are going to reach the bottom. So I'm not going to be trying to time the bottom and say, no, this is the bottom, this is when I'm going to start buying. No, I never time any bottom, because I know the market can change direction at any moment. So there's many factors that are really affecting the market. Now we have a war in Russia. We have a war in Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine are still fighting, so that is also affecting the market. We have interest rates that are rising. Almost all central banks around the globe are raising their interest rates, so that is why we are seeing these bear markets almost in all markets. The S&P 500 is falling, the Nasdaq is falling. So it's really not, it's not only the crypto market that is falling. So you must know that there's so many things happening at once that are going to affect the market. And the other thing that is going to make it worse is because investors are pulling out from their investment so that they can hold their cash. Because if you are in an uncertain situation where you don't know what the future looks like, obviously you'll be scared. You want to be safe. You want to have some purchasing power on your side. You want to have some money so that you can feed your family and feed yourself. So many people are going to be pulling out on their investment. That is why we might see the prices go down even more. So that is what really affects the market. But that doesn't mean that it's going down for good. No, Bitcoin is not going down to zero. I assure you. You can save this video or mark this day. Today is the 14th of June 2022. So I'm telling you that the market is not going to zero. We are still going to bounce back from this, because if I look at the relative strength index, it shows us that the market is oversold. So many people have been selling, right? People are just selling heavy. So if we look at the RSI here, we can see we are below 30 here. So what does that tell us? It tells us that the market is oversold. So nothing is new in this market. That is why we have patterns, we have indicators. These things work because it's based on the human psychology. You know, that is why we can make money. If you understand the human psyche when it comes to market, how people behave when we're in a bull market and how people behave when we're in a bear market, you will just do fine in this market. Just make sure you have an income, because that is king. If you always have a certain way of always having money coming into your pockets, that allows you to be an investor, because you can dollar cost average. You can dollar cost average in. It doesn't have to be huge amounts. No, it can be just small amounts, especially for new investors. I always encourage them that invest as little as you can, even if it's your 500 rands or 1,000 rand. Just put it in there and wait for the long term. Then you will see what this market is going to do for you. So I don't want the video to be too long, and I don't want to be beating a dead horse, because what I'm saying now, I always speak about this in my previous videos, but I'm trying to preach this because it has worked for me and it continues to work for me. So if you like the content, please like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.